Welcome to WebTV, and this is the news today. The headlines: COVID-19 case update, 49 new cases confirmed. Dare Adeboye was a symbol of future Christian ministry, Oshibajo. GOE visit Port Harcourt, Lagos, Abuja hospitals, donate oxygen to premature babies. Adeboye, Abina's son's death, one too many, Gani Adams. Burglars attack Buhari chief of staff residence. Now the news in full. Nigerian records 49 new COVID-19 infections. The Nigerian Center for Disease Control (NCDC) has recorded 49 new cases of COVID-19, bringing the total number of infections in the country to 165,468. The NCDC disclosed this on its official Twitter handle on Monday. 49 new cases of COVID-19. FCT 27, Lagos 11, Enugu 8, Oyo 3. Vice President Yemi Oshibajo has described Pastor Dare Adeboye, the late son of the General Overseer of the Redeemed Christian Church of God (RCCG), Pastor Enoch Adeboye, as a symbol of future Christian ministry in the country. Oshibajo stated this on Monday at the service of songs and tributes in honor of the deceased at the RCCG House of Favour Redemption Camp along Lagos-Ibadan Expressway. The event was also graced by the wife of the Vice President, Dolapo, former Ogun and Ondo State Governors, Chief Gbenga Daniel, and Dr. Olusegun Mimiko, wife of the former Imo State Governor, Mrs. Nkechi Okorocha, and President of the Pentecostal Fellowship of Nigeria (PFN), Bishop Francis Wale Oke, his wife Tokunbo, among others, as they paid their last respect to the late son of the General Overseer of RCCG. In his tribute, Professor Oshibajo noted he and his wife, Dolapo, were deeply saddened by the passing of Pastor Dare Adeboye, adding that, as we grapple with this enormous loss, we are continuously reflecting on his remarkable contributions to the ministry and the lives of so many that he touched so deep. Pastor Dare was in many ways a representative of the future of Christian ministry, a new generation birthed in a period of great turbulence in ideas and doctrines, a surfeit of distractions, but committed to ensuring that the unvarnished gospel is preached to that generation. He lived a life filled with zeal, speed, and emphasized what was important and needed to be done at the right time. Pastor Dare knew what was important to do, and he worked very hard everywhere, with the zeal and speed of one who knew that we don't have all day. He understood the dynamics and urgency of reaching young people with the gospel, especially because of their fundamental role in the sustainable growth of the Church of God, he added. Oshibajo was also noted that despite the late pastor's position of privilege, he was deeply unpretentiously respectful, not just of the elders and those in authority, but of everyone, even his subordinates. The Vice President once again offered his condolences to Pastor Dare's wife, Temiloluwa, his children, Oluwatishe, Irioluwa, and Araoluwa, Daddy and Mommy G.O. Adeboye, his siblings, family members, and the entire RCCG family. In her tribute, the wife of the deceased, Temiloluwa, described her late husband as a wonderful person and amazing in every sense of the way, adding that Pastor Dare Adeboye died a fulfilled man. I do not mourn him at all. I weep because he left me. He slept, he did not die, and I am sure that he will rise again on the resurrection morning, and we will see him in glory. I am sure because he was saved and he believed in Christ. His salvation was certain. He said, if I die today, I know I am fulfilled, and I have done what the Lord has asked me to do. He was not afraid of death. It is not a matter of how short or time, but how well, and he lived well. He lived a very good life, to the glory of God, she added. In his remarks, the younger brother to the deceased, Pastor Leke Adeboye appreciated everyone that honored and identified with the family one way or the other at the trying time, saying, "We are not taking this for granted." Speaking on his relationship with his brother, Leke said, "With Pastor Dare, we have done absolutely everything together. He came 4 years ahead of me, but I am always chasing him. Every school he went to, I went to, even from nursery to primary. When we got to command, he became the head boy, and people pressurized me that why can't I be like my brother? He even punished me more as he did for other juniors because he was always expecting more from me than anyone else. When he was about to further his education abroad, I told him if I don't come along with you, your plane will be diverted somewhere else. So he reported me to our father and he allowed me go with him to England. We got married on the same day. I have been chasing him. He has a fantastic legacy. The first school we went to in England, which was created in 1886, he became the first African Nigerian head boy of the school," he added. Online Entertainment and Entrepreneurship Link Group, Garden of Eden (GOE), which provides enterprise support, networking and entertainment, has organized a program aimed at raising funds to support indigent children in hospitals in selected cities of Nigeria. Garden of Eden, which is primarily Facebook-based, recently held Hope for Children Work for Charity, in which it targeted 1 million naira to buy oxygen for premature babies in incubators. Speaking on the initiative, the arrowhead of the group, Mr. Kelvin Tubonimi Lawson, which is also one of the movers of the group, said in Lagos, "We visited Macy Street Children's Hospital in Port Harcourt, Rivers State University Teaching Hospital former PMH in Abuja, Kubwa General Hospital." This was done simultaneously by members in those regions. Speaking on the aim of the group, Lawson said, "Unlike many Facebook groups which exist for the purpose of fun, Garden of Eden has a vision of impacting lives positively in a fun environment," and added that, upon inception in January 2021, one of our visions was to hold regular walks for charity in addition to having a business club where we offer entrepreneurial support. He noted that although we set out to raise 1 million naira in a month, but we are only able to raise over 400,000 because of how young the group is, saying there'll definitely be more, 2 or 3 more before the end of the year, and our major focus is on the well-being of women and children. Lawson added that we would also target providing waters for rural communities, renovation of classroom blocks, and provision of educational materials to children. Receiving the oxygen in Port Harcourt on behalf of the hospital, Head of Nursing Section (HNS) Enyinnaya Ozioma, represented by Oribinitan Roslyn, thanks the group for the gesture. She stated that more babies in incubators need the support of members of the society to survive. Also speaking, the Chief Nursing Officer of the hospital, Tamuno Joy, represented by Surgeon Margaret, called on the called on other organizations to emulate Garden of Eden by coming to the aid of indigent babies in the hospital. In Lagos, the Social Welfare Officer, Aliruddin Abiola, who received the group, thanked GOE members for the gesture. Ààrẹ Ọ̀nà Kakanfò of Yorubaland, Ìbà Gani Adams, has consulted the General Overseer (GO) of the Redeemed Christian Church of God (RCCG), Pastor Enoch Adeboye, and that of Gospel Faith Mission International, Pastor Elijah Abino, over the death of their sons, describing the incidences as one death too many, adding that God is surely unquestionable in all respects. Adams had earlier sent a letter of condolences to Adeboye, expressing shock that the shining light of the young Adeboye went dim at such a younger age, when his spiritual strength was needed the most. Pastor Oluwadare Adeboye, 42, died on Tuesday, May 4, in his sleep and burial arrangement as announced by the family oath this week. while Emmanuel, 53, son of Pastor Elijah Abino of the Gospel Faith Mission International, died on April 28. The Yoruba Generalissimo, in a statement made available on Monday by his Special Assistant on Media, Mr. Kehinde Aderemi, said he was pained and short of words over the passing of Pastor Oluwadare Adeboye at a time when he was still active in service of the Lord, describing his death as one too many. Adams, while consoling Pastor Adeboye, said he shared in his grief and that of the Christian community all over the world, adding that he was sure the RCCG General Overseer definitely would take solace in the words of the Lord who giveth and taketh. I was short of words when the news broke out that we lost Pastor Oluwadare Adeboye. It was one loss too many, and I feel pained that we lost the younger Adeboye at such a time he was still active in the service of the Lord. At this grieving moment, I share in your grief and that of the Christian community all over the world, but I am sure you will definitely take solace in the words of the Lord, who giveth and taketh, he said. Iba Adams described that the late Oluwadare as an exemplary young man that was filled with the Holy Spirit and talent, adding that he was a true embodiment of a young, vibrant servant of God. While drawing inspiration from Pa Adeboye's sermon in response a few days after the incident, that he cannot query God, but rather continue thanking Him for whatever happens to him. The Are Ona Kakanfo noted that such response was a true reflection of the cleric's depth of spiritual knowledge, wisdom and understanding of the words of the Lord who, according to him, never shares his glory and had the only power to give and take. With Baba's sermon in response, it shows his deep knowledge, wisdom and understanding of the words. I am not surprised at the way that the GO responded to the sad incident. He is truly in the spirit and had learned a lot through the scriptures. So on behalf of my family, I want to urge Baba to be strong and continually take solace in the Most High God, even as I pray to God to give him and the rest of the family the fortitude to bear the irreparable loss, because of the sad happenings like this tend to distract and challenge the faith of every man of God, Adams said. In the same vein, Iba Adams also commiserated with the General Overseer of the Gospel Faith Mission International, Pastor Abino, urging the cleric to be strong at these trying times. Burglars have targeted the official residence of the Chief of Staff (COS) to the President, Professor Ibrahim Gambari, around the Presidential Villa, Abuja. They were said to have attempted to break into the house at about 3 a.m. on Monday, but were apparently unsuccessful. Gambari confirmed the incident by himself when the Nigerian Tribune made enquiries. According to Garba Shehu, Senior Special Assistant, Media and Publicity to the President, who conveyed the COS confirmation, there is nothing to worry about. The presidential aide was however silent on whether any arrest was made, given the level of security and around the residence. A text message which Shehu sent to the Nigerian Tribune read, "The Chief of Staff, Professor Ibrahim Gambari, has confirmed that there was a foolish attempt to burgle his residence at 3 a.m. this morning, but it turned out to be unsuccessful. Professor Gambari, whose house is on a street next to the villa, has assured that there is nothing to worry about from the incident." Earlier, an online newspaper, People's Gazette, has exclusively reported that armed men suspected to be robbers had raided Gambari's residence. The report claimed that the robbers also raided the residence of the COS admin officer. The report was denied and dismissed as fake news by Bashar Ahmad, personal assistant on news media to President Buhari.